welcome to Friday Night Movie Night here on the Basement Show of Mr. Knast. I am Mr. Knast. Joining me tonight is
Ron.
Hope everyone had a good Friday. It's still hot as all hell here on the East Coast. I am ready for the fall weather. I don't know about you, Ron, but I cannot take another day of this heat.
No, the heat doesn't really bother me that much. I like the summer more than the winter, so
Okay,
I'm one of those people.
well,
So
can we both agree that we like the fall for football season? I know
yes,
it's so tough, guys.
absolutely. I am totally with you for that.
Cool. So we'll wait till people pop in. But tonight we are going to do the Marvel universes versus the DC comic universe. So if you have a preference on which one you prefer, if you're Team Marvel, Team DC, if you like Spider-Man over Batman, this show is geared towards you. So I mean, it should be fun. We just need people to jump in, hang out with us, participate in the chat. Amber on Twitch. Hey, you guys. Nice to see you,
Amber.
Amber. Thank you for popping in tonight. But yeah, we're here.
Yep.
We're going to have some fun. Ron's pulled up the top 25 Marvel movies on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm going to pull up a list of the top DC movies on IMDb. So we're going to go back and forth. If you, the chat, have any suggestions, references, feel free to put them. We want people to interact with us tonight like we always do. So, yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Well said. Okay, so we really how many people we got in now? Oh, we have two. Okay. Two on Facebook, I guess.
It should say. I think
No, there's one on Facebook and one on Twitch.
Yep, Amber is on Twitch, and I buy the one on Facebook.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
I will drop a share. We'll get some more people in here.
Yeah.
Comic movies. Here we go. If I can get this real quick. Okay. It's me on both. There you
Amber
go.
on both.
Well,
There you
I have
go.
I have it on my phone too. So
Mystery solved.
mystery solved.
So there's a big debate going on just before we get started. I know last week we talked a little bit about superheroes and the ones that were kind of off the beaten track superhero movies.
Yes.
And today, I was for the last couple days, it's been talked about. Apparently, Nick Castellanos from the Phillies was out at the All-Star game, and one of the questions that one of the reporters asked during a press conference was, "Who's your favorite superhero?"
Mm-hmm.
And Nick Castellanos answered, "Scooby-Doo." So there was a follow-up question on why do you think Scooby-Doo is a hero, a superhero?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what are the criteria for a superhero? You have to have some kind of a superpower. Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
And you have to help people. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So let's go with those two criteria. Does Scooby-Doo have something that other dogs don't? Yeah, he can talk.
Yeah, very true.
And does he help people? Yes, he solves mysteries. So therefore, if so facto, Scooby-Doo is a superhero. I have officially signed off on acknowledging Mr. Castellanos and his logic.
Okay. And you're forgetting the third thing. Well, not all superheroes have this, but a majority of them have a form of transportation.
Okay.
He has the mystery van.
The mystery machine, yes.
So yeah,
Absolutely.
you definitely got to count Scooby-Doo as a superhero.
Yeah. I'm in. I'll allow it.
Oh, totally. I'm without question. I mean,
I have made my ruling.
that's probably the smartest thing I've ever heard. Amber,
Yeah.
what do you think? Amber, is Scooby-Doo a superhero? I think she's still here. I mean, yeah, without question, there's, yeah, that's why. Amber sent me something. Oh boy, I gotta see if I can find it. Oh boy, why
Okay.
people messages during the show?
Mm-hmm.
Am I supposed to broadcast this, Amber? I'm scared. Let's see. Hold on. Well, she did. It hasn't come through yet. So,
Okay. All
but
right. Well, I guess we can get into this, even though we're still waiting for some more people to jump in, but I'm sure they'll be in. It's pretty early.
yeah.
So number 25 on the Marvel list uh, is, and I have no idea why this is all the way down to 25. The Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Hmm.
I thought that this was a really good movie. I mean, it had the introduction of Wanda and Quicksilver and and James Spader as the voice of Ultron was absolutely positively perfect casting, without a doubt. I mean, I was just blown away by his performance and the effects that went along with it.
I would agree. I mean, I haven't watched a whole movie. Like I said, the last Marvel movie I sat and watched from start to finish was Black Panther. So I'm a little bit behind on the Marvel boost. I
Okay.
apologize.
Okay.
But the only thing I could say of being so low is maybe it's still fresh and people are still going out to see it. Now, are these box office ratings or
Well,
you are you?
these are ratings by a person on you know basically is rated by the Rotten Tomatoes score.
Okay, and what percentage did it get?
76.
Wow, that is pretty low.
So I was kind of surprised at that.
Still higher than most movies I watch nowadays. So
Yeah.
76 isn't that bad, but yeah, that is kind of low for a Marvel movie because usually
Yeah.
they're all up in like the 80s and 90s.
Yep.
Wow.
That's true. So yeah, so that was number 25 on the list. Um, I'll do a couple Marvels and then we'll do some DC.
Okay.
24 was Thor, the original Thor from 2011 at 77%. So this was pretty much the introduction of Thor um, and Loki um, and Jane Foster and Odin for that matter. I mean, it
Wow.
really, really was kind of the kickoff point for Thor's separate story and the whole. And it was, like I said, 2011. So it was,
12 years ago already.
yeah,
Wow. It's crazy to know that some of these movies have been around as long as they have.
yeah, because it doesn't seem like. I mean, I guess part of it's the fact that every time you turn on the TV, you can see a Marvel movie.
Yeah, very true. I mean, there's so
I
many of
mean,
them.
it's just they're always in constant play.
Very true. Amber said she binge watched all of them not too long ago. God bless your soul. And there's a lot of movies I've binge watched.
Okay.
And
Now let me ask you a question, Amber. Did you watch them in any particular order? Um, like a lot of these, there's a lot of lists out there that tell you like chronologically which ones you should watch first, like in which order to have the story make the most sense. Did you use one of those lists, or did you just kind of rip right through, just out of curiosity? I
I,
don't think that there's a real, right reason or wrong reason to do it. I was just curious.
no, that's a great question, actually, because they do tell you to watch them. Sometimes they tell you to watch them in particular order, so you, like you said, you keep up with the story as it progresses.
Right.
So that is a great question. Is there
There's a
a
there's a lot of lists on the internet, If you just Google it, they'll tell you the chronological order that you should watch all the Marvel movies. Hi, Shannon. How you doing?
Evening, Miss Shannon. I think Amber might be thinking, or she's typing a very long message to you.
One or the other.
One or the other, yes. All right, so we're doing top 25.
Yep. So I'll do one more and then we'll do a couple DCs. At number 23, Iron Man 3 with a score of 79%.
79%, okay.
Amber's having delays.
We'll pour short of DC in this house.
Sorry to hear you're having a bad day. Hopefully tomorrow will be better. All you missed is I just had a question for you, Amber. Just when you binge watched, did you watch in a particular order or according to one of these lists on the internet? Or did you just kind of just start at one point and just go? Just out of curiosity. Not that there's a right or wrong.
Somebody has a comment too, so in case she doesn't hear the message, I wrote it as a comment
Yeah.
for her too. But yeah, Shannon's saying the partial in her house because Rev calls himself Batman. Rev is Batman. So just figured I'd put that out there.
Okay. Good to know. So yeah, so that Iron Man 3 was the one with the wasn't that the one with Mickey Rourke?
I believe so.
I think it was. Hang on a second. Let me double check.
Iron Man, I can pull up two for you. Iron Man 3. Cast. Don Schnell. If my friend Todd was in chat, he'd be able to tell you this in a blink of an eye.
No, actually, that. Oh yeah, because that was the one with. There were two villains. Oh no, this is the one with Killian, with the one where he has the panic attack and he's saved by the kid.
Oh, okay.
Okay. The second one was the I guess might have been the Mickey Rourke one.
More than likely, let's see. Yep, second one. You're right.
Yeah. This is the one with the Mandarin with Ben Kingsley. Oh my God. What a great character that was.
There you go.
That was amazing.
Amber said it was a list. I googled the order to watch them. Only thing I wasn't able to watch at the time was Hawk and Spider Man.
Okay.
And then Shannon said we saw Dark Knight at the drive-through Woodbury at 3 a.m. Grimms was screaming out the window, "I'm Batman and I have to poop." And Amber's asking for patience because she's still dealing with a child.
Okay. No worries. All right. So you want to do a couple of the DC ones?
Sure. I actually pulled up the DC comic book movies based off Rotten Tomatoes like you did.
Okay.
So we can have the same site, just different list.
Okay. Sounds good.
So number 25 coming in at 69%. 2019 Joker with Joaquin Phoenix.
Okay.
I mean, very dark type of movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great story portrayed of the character of the Joker, but in a weird sense. I mean, a very dark type of Joker.
Yeah. Yeah. That's for sure. Yeah, I was and I do not have an aversion to DC. I like both. However, as you know from previous conversations, I think that Joaquin Phoenix was one of the worst Jokers
I mean, yeah,
in my opinion.
it was definitely different. He's not. I'd put him maybe. Well, if you count, I don't know. Well, do you count Jim Carrey as a Joker type character as the Riddler? Or no?
No, because he was Riddler, he wasn't Joker. So you
Okay,
just have to judge him against the other Jokers.
then he's still outside my top three. Jack Nicholson, Heath Ledger, and the original Joker, hands down.
Cesar Romero.
Caesar Romero, yes.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, I'd throw Mark Hamill in there as
True.
the animated Joker.
I forgot about that one.
I thought he really brought a quite an interesting twist to that character.
Gotcha. We got Mama D on Twitch. That's Danielle. I agree. Heath Ledger was amazing, and
Yep,
Jack Nicholson. So
yep,
Heath
yeah.
Ledger
In
is by far
previous
my favorite.
conversations, Johnny and I have made him 1 and 1A, I believe. Five or that was Ledger and Nicholson.
Yes. Like, you can't. Like, I'm sorry. One. It's literally 1A, 1B. I'm sorry. People
Yep,
want to fight me about it. Go ahead.
yeah.
I love
And
the original
everybody
Penguin.
from the original show.
Hmm.
Okay, Burgess Meredith, who went on to play Mickey in the Rocky movies.
Yep. Now you were saying something else before that. I'm sorry.
I don't. I
If you
got
remember
nothing.
it, let me know.
Yeah, I will. Okay.
We're starting this already. The great debate.
We're it wasn't going to take long once you're talking about Batman.
18 minutes. That might be a record.
Yep, yep. We've had this discussion more than once.
uh, it depends on how you look at it, Shannon. Because if you want the whole character as Batman and Bruce Wayne, I gotta go Michael Keaton. If you want a good Batman but bad Bruce Wayne, I gotta say Christian Bale.
Yes.
If you want just Bruce Bruce Wayne Batman, I mean, there's so many ways that you can look at it. We could
Yeah.
go all night.
I really thought that that Michael Keaton was the perfect embodiment of Bruce Wayne. Um, kind of eccentric, but a little bit of a badass, kind of brutish. I mean, yeah. And when he was first announced in the role, I mean, I initially said I can't see it, but luckily it was such a great job that Tim Burton did with it, and between Jack Nicholson and Michael Keaton, um, just blew me away.
Yeah, that whole the chemistry on screen that movie was electric.
Yep,
The movie's
absolutely.
you figure what 30 something years old now, and I still have to sit down and watch it at least once a month
Yeah,
because it's that good.
yep,
Alan said, "You imagine Mr. Mom in a bat suit when he was."
yeah, yeah. It
I was
was
waiting.
it was either that or Night Shift.
Oh, Night Shift was a great movie. Oh, don't get me started. But I was waiting for Alan actually to pop in the chat and say he's the best Batman because we all know how he is.
Yeah,
Just say. So if we get a message from him now or more saying I'm Batman, hands down, I'm sorry. So there you go. Hung
yeah.
Ho-
Gung Ho was good too. Yeah,
I mean, all Michael Keaton movies are pretty decent if you look at it.
Mr. Mom was pretty good. But my other personal favorite, Multiplicity,
Let's see, Pacific Heights.
Pacific Heights. Yeah,
And one that everyone doesn't really talk about that I just found on DVD again, The Dream Team.
Dream Team.
Hey kid, you ever
Uh,
did this with the love of Pale Moonlight?
his uh, his portrayal of the Vulture in the Spider-Man movie, and Birdman.
Yes, Birdman was really good also. Yes.
Yep.
Right, so number 24, coming in at 71%. we have Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Oh, okay.
Never even heard of this. Has Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, Henry Cavill, and Jason Momoa. Of course, Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
Lives up to the title with a small cut that expands to fit the director's version and should satisfy fans who will willed into the experience.
Yeah, there was a lot of controversy around this one because of it wasn't anything to do with the actual content of the movie. It just had to do with the director.
Gotcha.
All you have to do is say Jason Momoa, and you know what reaction you're going to get.
Yeah, means my next movie day. Great. Well, going to hell. Shannon, you might have to fight Morgan for him, just so you know.
Yeah. Well, I think they could work out a deal where Morgan gets Roman Reigns, and Momoa goes the other to Shannon, and I think they could call it a truce.
Fair enough. She can have Reigns. And D says yes, give him a mode. So now we have multiple people fighting on him.
There you go. So yeah, I mean that movie. I mean, I'm Ben Affleck as Batman.
No thanks.
Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne. Even worse. It was like, Goodwill Hunting Batman.
Yeah, that's true.
He was like the Ben Affleck in Clerks or something, in one of the Kevin Smith movies.
Yeah, that's true. One second, I'll give you the next one. I think it was DC's League of Super Pets at number 23, and it came in at 72%.
Okay.
Gina made it.
Gina's in the house.
Nice to see you, Gina.
Yeah, so I'm assuming animated there.
Yes, with Dwayne Johnson, Kevin Hart, Kate McKinnon, and Vanessa Bayer.
What was the year on that?
2022.
Wow. I heard about it, but I never saw it. And yes, Dogma was a great movie. Yes.
Dogma.
Absolutely. Yep, it was a Kevin Smith movie.
Oh, I've seen it. I know what that is. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, it took me a second. Sorry.
Yeah. And Linda Fiorentino was actually from this area.
Wow.
She grew up in South Jersey.
Gotcha. They wanted to join the fun, so you got Batman and Shannon. So.
Okay.
I am Batman. I am the one and only Batman.
There you go. Nice to have you in, guys.
One of those days.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I hope tomorrow's better for you.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's supposed to rain and everything, so tomorrow's going to be a stuck day in the house, I think. But
you never know.
This was something that's been coming for a while that finally got handled. So.
Okay.
Now it's just that's another hard part that's out of the way now. Now it's just a waiting game again.
Okay.
We did find out some good information.
Gina says she's Batman. Can't be Batman. Yeah, someone fighting you for Batman, sir.
Yep. Misfits in the house.
Yep, we got Ordinary Misfits podcast. We got Mr. J. Cole representing them. Nice to see you, Cole.
Welcome in. All right.
So, do you want me to do number 22?
Well, she can be Batgirl. There we
go. Okay. There's a negotiation going on. I didn't want to interrupt it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and do 22, and then I'll do a couple.
All right. Well, this one will shock you. 1989. Batman coming in at 75%.
The original?
The original with Michael Keaton. And, yep, 75% of Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow. That is a shock. All of a sudden, I don't like these lists anymore.
Yeah, I think that's a little low on the list.
I think that was a masterpiece, pretty much. I mean, all the way up and down the line between Nicholson and Keaton, with the Prince soundtrack. Oh my God, definitely should not be that low in my book.
No, I completely agree.
No, because if before that, you got to think you had Adam West era, Adam
Yeah,
West, and oh, now I can't think of Robin's
Burt Ward.
Burt Ward. Thank you.
Yep,
That was your what you had at that point up until other than the cartoon,
that's true.
and then you actually got a Batman for the new age. It actually gave you a layout of something where the original TV series, it was just an average everyday sunny day thing.
Yeah,
Like a regular regular like city right out the suburbs.
right. The streets of Gotham were basically, it was Mayberry except for the high rise that they
Yeah,
climbed. You know, but then when Burton's vision came to life, and the set design and that they used a lot of miniatures and stuff. The set design of Gotham City was just astounding for the time.
yeah. It was dark. It was dreary. It's what you expected,
Right. Exactly.
and just the makeup of the Joker was a lot better. Keaton's uniform, Keaton's outfit,
Yeah.
it was more like an armor shield than just spandex and tights.
Right. And a cowl.
Yeah,
And a
Yes.
cow. What?
Yes. That is always the biggest thing, the cowl.
yep.
Okay, Mama D says Val Kilmer wasn't a terrible Batman, but some of his delivery was
Uh,
stagnant. And then Gina
uh,
says Adam West was her favorite Batman.
No, Kilmer,
Val Kilmer was horrible.
he was too young to be Bruce Wayne, and his facial features just did not fill the mask out the way it should be.
But he did deliver a great line, though. I have to give him one of my favorite line from that movie was Dr. Chase. The bat signal is not a beeper.
I think each one of those movies had some great lines to it.
Yeah,
Like my biggest one I remember from the first one with Keaton and Nicholson was, "He stole my balloons."
yeah,
Yep.
Why didn't you tell me he had one of those things,
yeah,
Bob Gun?
yeah.
That was a good one. That's definitely a high quality quote.
Definitely.
Now G's trying to make a case with George Clooney, which is a blah. If we have a George Clooney Batman night, I'm out.
Well, yeah, George Clooney and Kilmer were definitely at the bottom of my list.
Yeah, I mean, now the characters in with Clooney, such as Schwarzenegger was Arnold Freeze, Doctor
Mr.
Freeze.
Mr. Freeze, yeah.
I think he was. I think he filled that costume out really well.
Yeah.
And Pamela Isley,
Right.
I cannot remember her name.
Uma Thurman.
Thurman. I think she was really a good Ivy.
Yeah, she did pretty good as Ivy. I have to give you that one. Cracked me up in when Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze is making all his henchmen sing the cold miser song,
Yeah, that's
the snow
one of those-
miser.
one of those liners that sing,
Yeah,
sing.
yeah,
He's directing and everything. Yeah,
Yep.
that was great.
And actually, in the original Batman series, there were actually two people that played Freeze. Otto Preminger was one, and then the other one, I never remember his name, but there were definitely two
Yeah.
different Mr. Freezes.
Let's see if I can find it for you.
Yeah.
Um,
One was an Otto Preminger was a serious director. I mean, he was a big time in Hollywood, and he stepped out to play that. A lot of big time actors ended up getting involved in that series just because um, I think it's kind of the same reason that you see people want to show up in a Star Wars movie, like when uh, Daniel Craig, because his kids wanted him to be in you know in a Star Wars movie. He ends up being the stormtrooper who has Rey in the room, and she uses the Force on him to open the door and leave his weapon and let her go.
Yeah.
And actually, in that stormtrooper outfit is Daniel Craig, 007.
It's kind of like being almost like that at that point you're going to be part of one of the biggest type of franchises because DC is huge, your Star Wars huge, Marvel.
Yep.
It's all goes into a vault. It's going to be pretty much its history, but you
Yep.
can say I was part of that. You didn't even have to
Absolutely.
be the whole thing. You just could have had one little line, and you were part of that. You're part of that history and franchise.
That's true.
so I found a list. You have George Sanders, Otto Preminger,
George
and Eli Wallach.
Eli Wallach. Yeah.
So those are the three that played in the '60s.
Yep.
I just figured to let you know. I looked it up.
Okay.
Oh,
Now,
right,
All
but
right.
real quick before you go on, I did hear
Yep.
you talking about one character, and that's Burgess Meredith that played the Penguin in the original.
Yes.
Now, to go from your three Penguin picks, who would you say? You had your Burgess Meredith, you had Danny DeVito, and then you just had Colin Farrell in the newest one.
I have to uh I have to say Burgess Meredith, I think.
He
But
paid.
DeVito did good though. I mean,
DeVito did really good. He had the size and the
yeah.
build for the Penguin. It just threw me off seeing Colin Farrell and going with, oh, and then you had the Gotham series. You had the one kid that played Cobblepot.
Oh yeah. On
I can't remember his name, but I mean, I think I think Burgess Meredith led the way. I think a lot of them led that way, and there was just so much expectation to live up to because of that.
yeah. Hi Liz, welcome in.
Robin Lord Taylor.
Yeah, that's him. It was on the TV series Gotham.
Yep.
Yeah. And he was a very intriguing character. There were a couple of characters in there that were pretty intriguing.
Yeah, which would be interesting if they actually brought them into the movies
Yeah.
because you had characters that you just saw occasionally
Mhm.
back in the 60s.
True.
So, like, you had Tut, the Mad Hatter,
Yeah.
but you didn't have the ones like Scarecrow. Really, you didn't have them. You didn't have the Harley Quinn and stuff like that. And now they're
Yeah.
bringing all those characters closer to the surface, which is now they're doing a great job because we're in a newer era. So you can give the Scarecrow that scary edge where you couldn't back in the 60s.
Yeah, he scared the crap out of me, the Scarecrow in the current movies. Yeah.
All right, we got next for the Marvel list.
Okay, we got at number 22 we have Black Widow at 79%. Not my super favorite. I think that for a Marvel movie, I think it got too storyish if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
They spent much too much time on the backstory,
Yeah.
and it tended to drag for me.
Yeah. It was one of those movies that was like, okay, I'm watching it. I'm watching it. All right. Are we almost done? Oh, we got a big action scene. So this must be it. And that's no. Now we're going to go back and go back through a whole bunch of backstory again. And I'm like, yeah. So I could agree with that. It wasn't the greatest. I think it was something just to fill a contract for Disney.
Yeah,
That's a possibility.
I'll agree with that. What the thing is that you're going to see Yelena again, because she's going to be part of the Thunderbolts.
Hmm.
So the team that's being put together by Julie Louis Dreyfus as Contessa, um, is going to be the Thunderbolts, and it's going to include, um, you're going to have Yelena as the Black Widow. You're going to have the U.S. agent, the Captain America that got fired. You're
Yeah.
going to have Abomination, was the Red Hulk, basically.
Yep.
And you're going to see some of these anti-Avengers pop up in that. And actually, Ross is the president in that juncture, I believe.
That should be definitely interesting.
Yes, that's somewhere towards the latter part of Phase 5, I believe. But it is it is in on the calendar when they did the Comic-Con not that long ago. So yeah, but not my personal favorite.
I wouldn't go out of my way to watch it,
No.
but if there was nothing else on, I don't think I would turn it off.
Okay. That's fair. Okay, yeah, it's hard to make a Marvel movie boring, but I think that they did a pretty good job of that with that one. Okay, number 21 on the Marvel list, Captain Marvel, 79%.
I didn't even watch it.
Okay.
For some reason I couldn't get behind it.
Yeah. It's because it was a female Captain Marvel.
That might be it. I mean, I saw a lot of the previews, and I'm just like I didn't rush out to see it, and then it came on Disney and all that, and I'm like, by the time it came on Disney, I'm like, okay, I could watch it, but they killed me so much with the trailer that it was like I just can't get behind it. I think that might have been it too, that it was a female Captain Marvel.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing I did like about it, well, there were two things. Number one, that when she first crash landed, she crash landed into a blockbuster, and then had her first encounter with Nick Fury. But the other one was that you got to see the introduction of the Skrulls, the shapeshifters, that are going to be very prevalent in the Secret Invasion, which is upcoming,
right?
On Disney Plus. So,
which that actually looks kind of interesting.
Yeah, so I think that I'll definitely be interesting to see how they develop those characters, because they can shapeshift.
Yeah,
and you may find that there's a lot of people that have been in the story so far that have actually been being impersonated. So, be interesting to see that one for sure.
Absolutely.
But yeah, the blockbuster thing was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
on a personal level.
Liz says it's out on Disney Plus now. It's pretty good. So I guess you guys are a little bit behind because the list says it's out. So, and
Yep.
her husband would know they watch all these movies. So,
Yeah. Okay, so I'll do one more and then we'll jump back to DC. Number 20, Captain America, the First Avenger. Also 2011, 80% Rotten Tomatoes. Um, laying the groundwork. Laying the groundwork to Captain America. I actually didn't mind this one too much. You got to meet Bucky for the first time. Um,
You got to see the Red
yeah,
Skull. I was glad
yeah,
about.
yeah. Now that was the
I wish
the
they
original Red
continued
Skull,
that.
which, yeah, go ahead.
I wish they had kind of continued with the movies as they went, because the Red Skull has always been the big foe against Captain America. That's one of your
Right.
biggest things you saw in the comic books.
Well, there's a big fan theory out there right now that because when Captain America went back and put all the stones back, okay. Now the one thing he couldn't do is he couldn't undo Natasha's death. But if he returned the soul stone to where he got it from, technically the Red Skull would be released from his responsibility to guard the stone.
Yeah, that's true.
So Red Skull may be appearing in a future Marvel universe based on a lot of fan theory, and
I
it
would,
kind of connects the dots.
yeah, I would like that. Yeah, I could see that.
So there is definitely another Captain America movie coming,
I think they said what 2025, 2025, 6, something like that.
something like that.
I mean, Marvel puts out so many movies a year; it's hard to keep up with them.
Well, between the movies and the Disney Plus stuff, and they're just pumping out content. I mean,
Yeah.
they're gonna milk this cow as much as they can for as long as they can. For lack of a better term. That's not a cow. Oh no.
No,
Who was that?
I just
bull
always
was
think
pissed.
of Meet the Parents. I got nipples, Greg. Can you milk me?
That's a
God.
good one.
So this list doesn't make sense for DC, and I'll tell you why in a second. So number 21 on my list is the 1966 Batman at 81%.
That was that movie that they did.
Yes.
That was kind of like their full length feature.
Yep.
Is that what you were telling me the other day was going off?
Yeah, and that one featured a few different villains actually. You had Penguin, you had Riddler, you had Catwoman.
Yep.
And the Catwoman was actually Lee Merriweather, who played Catwoman only in that feature film. She never appeared as Catwoman on the series.
That's interesting.
And then she was recast by Julie Newmar, and then by Eartha Kitt.
Interesting.
It's because the app is updating.
So the number 20. This is where it gets weird. You have Batman: Return of the Caped Crusader at number 20, and it scored a 94%. Like, I don't know, like, why this list jumps around, because it goes 81, 94, then the next one 72%. It's weird.
That's weird.
I guess they're just ranking the movies from best to worst.
Maybe just one man's opinion.
Yeah. So Batman: Return of the Caped Crusaders came out in 2016. It looks animated. You have Adam West, Burt Ward, Joey Newman. So I mean, it's the original Batman and Robin, but 50
What
years
year
later,
did it come out?
2016.
It was an animated.
I don't know if it was animated or not, but Based
Yeah, it
off the
was.
cover.
Yeah, I
It
think
definitely
so.
it definitely wasn't live action.
Yeah, no. Because you got to figure at that point, Adam West was ancient.
Hey Jack, how you doing? Jack's in the house.
Evening, Jack.
Hey, Jack.
It's just weird that, like, how the list just jumps around, because then you move up number 19. I didn't even notice was a DC movie. The movie Red scored at
Yeah,
72%. 72% came out in 2010.
Red and Red 2 were both DC movies.
Yeah.
They're
Yep.
kind of like a side project.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you got these special agents that are like superheroes but don't have superhero powers.
Okay.
So
So
I
that
was
was what Helen Mirren and Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis, John Malkovich.
Morgan Freeman,
Yeah,
a whole cast of people. They were actually very well cast. I just didn't know they were DC movies.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I've
a
always wanted to watch them.
it's a side project, like almost like Dark Horse Comics.
Okay.
Dark Horse started out as a side project from, I believe, DC, and then fully fledged left DC and became their own entity. And at that point, McFarlane took it and made Dark Horse what it is.
Learn something new every day. I never knew that. All right, do you want to jump back into the Marvel list?
Sure.
Since I did my
Number
three.
19 on the Marvel list is Guardians of the Galaxy 3 at an
Haven't seen
82
that yet.
82%. I haven't seen it either.
Movie night.
Shannon would want to see it because of Groot. She likes Groot. I
Yeah.
am Groot. And me, I like Rocket.
Yep.
Bradley Cooper did a great job voicing Rocket.
Yeah, he did.
Fair
And
enough.
and there was definitely a lot of rumor before the movie came out that Rocket was going to bite the dust.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm not giving any spoilers.
Nope, not listening.
La la la
Okay.
la 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 la.
I'll leave it at that.
Amber was asking if it's out. I think it's been out for about 6 months now, hasn't it?
Well, it's been out for a couple months.
Yeah.
I think it's just getting ready to drop. It just dropped on digital and it's getting ready.
Yeah.
I think the beginning of August to drop on DVD and Blu-ray.
All right, Matt's in the house.
That's
He
a
said
good
who-
question.
Who do you like better? Billionaires between Batman and Iron Man. That's a tough one. Okay. Wow. I have to poll the panel here. What do you think, Johnny?
It
That's a hard one. That's a
is.
hard one.
That's putting someone on the spot with that type of question. I have to go Batman. He has better toys.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Iron Man's got a lot of toys.
They both have a lot of toys, but I think Batman's are a little
Yeah.
bit more.
How about you, Rev?
I don't know. I mean, I definitely liked Bruce Wayne. I mean, you saw Bruce Wayne in the movies before you actually saw Tony Stark.
Yeah.
And when you see Tony Stark, you learn that right out the door, basically, he was like a weapons trader.
Right.
So Stark had a lot of the government and Star in his back pocket because his father worked with Star Labs to create the Captain America project. So he had a lot of that government help where Wayne, yeah, he came from family money, but Wayne built that himself.
Right. Exactly.
He
So
didn't have all the AI technology and everything that Stark did.
here's a
Yeah,
great comment.
Yeah, I saw that. Greatest show on Facebook. Thank you, Martin.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Welcome in.
And then Gina with
So, how
capital
about it,
Iron
Chad?
Man.
Gina said Iron Man.
And I agree with Amber too. Emo or ego, basically. They're the same.
Yeah,
Is that emo versus ego at that point?
Yeah.
that's kind of yeah. I mean, intentionally they when Downey tried out for the part, he walked into the audition in character, and he was just this cocky, you know, cocky guy. He got the role right on the spot because of the way that he came in and the way that he interpreted the character. And I think he definitely did a great job with it. But body of work, I think I got to agree with you guys. I think the Bruce Wayne, the complexity of the character, uh, just was there were so many layers,
Mm-hmm.
and emotions and it kind of sucked you in, and that's what I liked about it.
I
Yeah,
like them
it's
both. With
close. I
Batman.
agree with you, Matt. It's definitely close.
Yeah, like a flip of a coin almost, kind of close.
Yeah, yeah,
Depends on what your mood is for that day. Let me flip a coin and watch whatever it lands on. Like
yeah.
the only thing I
Okay.
will give Iron Man over Batman. Well, I can't really say that because that's not true. Never mind.
Okay.
No, all I'm gonna say is Iron Man's always been the same character with Robert Downey Jr.
Right.
Batman, we've had different personalities to do Batman. You had Michael Keaton for two, Adam West for two, Christian Bale for three, but then you have the middle ones with Val Kilmer and George Clooney.
Right.
But now, if you've, and not giving anything away, but I believe you saw the movie, and I'm not going to reference the movie, but each of those Batman are from a different time period.
Yes.
Okay.
And there's that surprise Batman that you don't see on the preview.
Right.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
we won't ruin it if you want to watch the movie, but just be prepared.
And that's why when I saw him and that famous line, "I'm Batman," you
Yeah.
knew right away, even if you weren't looking at the TV, you knew who it was.
Yep. That's a good
I
point.
I found that out and I was kind of shocked.
Yep.
All right. So what's next on the list after Iron Man? No,
Okay.
we were talking Guardian of the Galaxy. No, I.
Guardians of the Galaxy, right? Number 18, Ant-Man. The first Ant-Man.
Paul Rudd, not bad.
Right, with
No, it wasn't a bad movie.
with Darren Cross as what was his
Darren Cross.
he was the bad guy. What was
Yeah.
the suit? Was it Scorpion? It wasn't Scorpion.
Um,
The heck was it?
Darren Cross, Yellow Jacket.
Yellow Jacket.
Yes. Yes,
I
correct.
keep wanting to say the Wasp, but no, Yellow Jacket.
Yeah. Now, yeah, this one, it was good to kind of set up the future movies,
Yeah.
but as a standalone, yeah, it didn't really do much for me.
I mean, it had a lot of action in it. It had some good one-liners, but I think it was just the story was just so packed with so much that to some extent there was too much to take in.
There was a lot going on. I agree. Yeah. Definitely.
A lot of these movies go all over the place, though.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
I think they do it because they pack the movie so tight because they want to see how it's going to react to people.
Right.
And then they get into the second movie and it's like, okay, well, we just threw all this in there. Now let's put this here. But in the same principle, if you think you had Ant-Man in Civil War,
Yeah.
So you got to continue playing that off as you go.
Right. They're backstorying so many different characters because of something they have planned for them 2 or 3 movies down the road.
Oh boy.
So they're intentionally throwing all these different characters out there to see which ones the audience is reacting to, and that way they know which ones they need to get under contract for future projects. Like they got the in Ant-Man, it was the guy from the security company, the Hispanic guy.
Yeah. I can't remember it.
But you had, and he popped up in other movies and in other projects. You know, the police officer, the one that was supervising him on his house arrest, he ended up in WandaVision
Okay.
playing the same character, but he had progressed in the department and then went to work for FBI. So, yes, Michael Pena was the actor's name. Yes.
This is on game. Look at that.
Yep. Okay. I started to watch it. I watched like 10 or 15 minutes of it and I got distracted and ended up not finishing it. So I definitely have to go back and check that out. Amber,
Matt, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. Amber,
No.
they are doing an Agatha spinoff. So although it won't be a WandaVision per se, Agatha is going to have her own Disney Plus um, series coming up.
True.
Matt came up with a really good thing there, and I just seen it. And was it Matt? Wait, let me see. Where was it? Yep, Matt. Should they make a live action Batman Beyond? I believe so, 100%.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
They started setting that up at the end of the last one with Christian Bale when he flew off
Right.
and the bomb exploded. Everybody thought that was the end of the bat. If you remember, the detective found the cave.
Right.
That was supposed to be, I think his name was Jimmy, but they changed the name. He was supposed to be the Batman Beyond
Right.
instead of Terry. But I saw that and I'm like, yes, absolutely, they should make a live action of Batman Beyond.
Yeah, I mean, plus if you watch the end of Batman Rises, like yes, you see the bomb go off, him flying away and it explodes, but then after that you cut scene to them all being on vacation and there's Christian Bale still alive. And then like you said, he finds the cave after that. So you can't leave a cliffhanger like that and not go on with the story. But they do.
No, I believe 100% they should do a Batman Beyond. I would line up for that one.
Very true. All right, well, you want me to jump in or you want to keep going?
Yeah, go ahead. You do a couple DCs.
All right, number 18 on the top 25 Marvel movies comes in at V for Vendetta, 2006.
Natalie Portman.
And again, like I said, it doesn't make sense because this one's ranked at 73%. So
That, honestly, I think that one should be lower. I think they did a lot of hype on it, but I don't think it lived up to the expectation of the actual comic book.
I agree.
again, I didn't know it was a DC movie. I mean,
Yeah, it was another side project that just, the comics did great, and there was a whole series of the comics, but they decided to go live action with, and they just didn't pull it off.
fair enough. All right, then before that one, number 17, you have Superman Returns at 74%. with Brian Wolf, Kate Bosworth, James Marsden, and Frank Leggiana.
Langella.
Langell, thank you. And that one
I'm
came out
trying
in
to
74.
remember that one because I know there's so many damn Supermans.
Yeah, this one came out in 2006.
Because you had what? Superman Returns, you had the Man of Steel. And at that point, there were two different Supermen. One was Harvey Keitel, and the other one was, what the hell was his name? I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I'm not sure neither. Lex Luthor, Kevin Spacey was in this one too. Wow.
Kevin Spacey played Lex Luthor, if I'm not mistaken.
Very
Correct.
correct. Amber says Smallville was a question.
Didn't watch it.
No, the character's named Smallville, I guess. I don't know.
No, Smallville was a series.
Oh, okay.
That was the TV series. That was right at that time. They also did, I think, Lois and Clark. And there was Smallville. There was Lois and Clark. There was something else too. But I didn't watch Smallville.
Yeah, I never got into it.
Yeah, I didn't watch Lois and Clark either.
Now,
Alright.
Lois and Clark, if you go back, I mean, I got to say they were pretty amusing.
Yeah.
It was on ABC, and actually was pretty decent. I mean, Dean Cain did a great job, and
That's
you
right.
had
He's right. He was the Superman in that. I forgot.
yeah, and Terry Hatcher was Lois Lane.
Okay.
So yeah, I kind of enjoyed those. They had some good villains and some good storylines and stuff. Now, the one thing that disturbed me was in one of the universes recently, John Cryer is Lex Luthor.
Yeah, I can't picture that.
Yeah, it's he's got a goatee, and I mean he's just I just wait for him to, say something goofy like Two and a Half Men.
Yeah.
I can't buy into it because he's so entrenched in that Alan Harper character that I just can't see him as anything else.
One person I think I liked is Lex Luthor. Now, you had what Jesse Eisenberg? Is that his name?
Yes. Yep.
I actually liked that Lex Luthor a lot.
Yeah.
And
I like the Gene Hackman one too, though.
yeah, I mean, it led the way. It gave you a look at it, and you have what was that? Warren Beatty was kind of his sidekick.
Ned Beatty.
Ned Beatty.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Otis Berg.
Yep. And Amber's absolutely right. There are like 50 different Supermans.
Yeah.
Because not only do you have the movies, then you have the sideshows, but then you have the animated movie series.
Right. And then you have the one that never made it out of the can.
Is that the very original black and white Superman?
No, that was George Reeve back in the day. Not to be confused with Christopher Reeves, who played him after. But there was a Superman movie that was made, and they vaulted it, and it never was released. And Nicolas Cage was Superman.
Wow. Elvis Presley does Superman.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. Hey, thank you.
Well, that's what I see Nicolas Cage as, kind of like a Superman. I see him as Superman, but I see him like I could have seen him in 3,000 Miles to Graceland. As
What?
one, as
Nicolas Cage?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, I could see him as one of the guys in 3,000 Miles to Graceland playing Elvis.
That would have been interesting.
Yeah, it was called Superman Lives,
Huh.
and it was from 2015, and it was never released.
Huh.
And
I did not know that. Because I know George Reeves, he killed himself, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct. Actually, the Nicolas Cage Superman was supposed to be directed by Tim Burton.
Wow.
He was the original director attached to the project, and he ended up leaving the project due to creative differences, and that's when it started to fall apart.
See that
So
I'd like to see, because if Tim was going to do it, I think you would have the same principle as like Gotham. You got the Gotham you thought you were going to see. I think you would have gotten a Metropolis that you would have expected. A
yeah,
little bit more dingy, and Metropolis was just very, very up and clean, and you know,
it was just, yeah, it was a clean New York.
yeah,
Yep, I agree.
fascinating.
I agree with you there. Yeah, I would have been intrigued to see that Superman with
yeah.
Nicolas Cage.
You can jump back on your list.
All right, let me get back to it here.
Okay. Titans was good in my opinion.
Okay, here we go. Number 17, Black Panther Wakanda Forever
Now
at
that was
a
the second one.
84%.
Mm-hmm.
That's the second one, yes.
I didn't see it, and I've got a reason why. And
Okay.
it's not what anybody's going to actually think.
Okay.
And I tell people I didn't see it, they're like, "Oh, well, you didn't see it because Chad was not the Black Panther."
Mm-hmm.
That had nothing to do with it.
Okay.
I thought he was a very good Black Panther.
Yes.
I don't think I could find somebody else to really replace that person in that costume.
Mm-hmm.
But I also did not enjoy the first Black Panther.
Okay.
I I wouldn't go out of my way to watch it after watching it the first time, but I think I expected more. And I didn't get what I was looking for because, again, I grew up with the comics.
Yep.
And just seeing it in the comics compared to what you saw on TV, I'm like, I'll watch it if it's on, but I'm not going out of my way to watch it.
Right. Hey, Matt, I saw an interview with, I think it was with Clooney, and he mentioned the fact that one of the worst things about playing the part was the suit, was how hot it got in the suit. So the answer to your question is yes, it gets extremely hot in the suit.
Fair enough.
Um, yeah, so the Wakanda Forever, I mean, they had to make it, I guess. It just wasn't the same without Bozeman. Um, I was always a fan of Siri or Shuri or whatever you call her. So I like the fact that a lot of the story revolved around her. But yeah, it just seemed like they were going through the motions because they had to, because they had everybody under contract and they had to make it, and they kind of tugged on everybody's heartstrings to, with the wild success of the first one. They couldn't help but go ahead and make it, even though he had passed.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So, next one, number 16, Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
It wasn't a bad movie.
I
I am Groot. I am Groot from the peanut gallery in the back.
missed my birthday. Brandon broke.
You missed your what?
My group Lego decorating for
Your Groot Lego. I will buy you a new Groot Lego. I will build you a new Groot Lego.
Now, which? Why am I see these all blend together. Which one was the one with Kurt Russell?
The second one.
That was the second one, right?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
When Star-Lord found out that was his father.
Right, yeah. And that he had killed his mother.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. I thought so. That the effects, some of those effects were pretty cool. Kurt Russell didn't do a bad job, but you don't go to a Guardians of the Galaxy movie to watch Kurt Russell.
No.
No.
Give me more Groot, give me more Rocket, give me Yandu. Yeah, I'll take all that before I worry about
Even
Kurt
though
Russell.
Gamora is green,
Yeah.
I wouldn't chase her out of the room in the morning.
There you go. Groot is Vin Diesel. That's correct.
Yep, baby Groot.
Yep. He was the voice of Groot, and
Yep.
Bradley Cooper was Rocket.
Uh-huh. Dave Bautista.
Yeah.
So, wait, Sylvester Stallone was in the second one too? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Valkyrie.
Interesting.
Okay.
What's before the Guardians of the Galaxy?
Okay. Then we have Avengers Infinity War at number 15 at a 85%.
Wow. Thought that'd be higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. I thought that was actually a pretty good one because they brought a lot of people together for that one.
Right.
They brought together a lot of and it's where a lot tied in. I mean, you just didn't see some of the big Marvel people in it that you would think that you would see. Like, I think that would have been great if Wolverine was in it or the X-Men.
Yeah.
An appearance. Even Colossus, since you've already seen Colossus in other movies.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait for the new Deadpool.
The what?
The new Deadpool.
Well, they haven't even talked about yet.
Yes, it has. It's already got a release date.
No, they haven't talked about any of those movies, so we're going to wait and see if that comes up. And I'm sure that might be up towards probably within the top 10.
It better be. I'll be really
Man, that peanut gallery is really talking tonight, ain't she?
Man.
excited.
All right, Johnny, you want to knock off a couple?
Sure. Number 16, Birds of Prey at 79%. This is the
Okay.
Harley Quinn story with Margaret Robbie, Rosie Perez, Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Haven't seen it, heard mixed things about it. I mean, it was built up to be a good movie, but I suppose it was a big letdown as well.
Not bad, but besides Margot Robbie continuing as Harley Quinn and the one that played Huntress, I think they could have done better with getting other people to play the other characters.
Fair enough. Good night, Liz. Thank you for
All right,
tuning in.
Night, Liz. Have a good one.
Night, Liz.
So, I mean, yeah, Margaret Robbie has played a great Harley Quinn. I don't know. I just heard mixed things about this, so I haven't personally watched it.
Well, you asked her to carry the whole movie. I mean, that's the big issue. And although she was a great character in the Suicide Squad, and she kind of blended well with the ensemble, to ask her to carry the whole thing was a tall task.
Fair enough.
I wish they were going to carry her over to the new Joker movie because that new Joker movie is just going to be horrible.
Oh, that's my other least favorite Joker, Jared Leto.
Really?
Yeah. Now, I could see where some people enjoyed that interpretation.
See, I like
Um, myself personally, I just didn't. I mean,
I
he
just
just
think he was one of the sicker in the head style Jokers.
yeah,
I mean, between Heath Ledger and Jack Nicholson earlier, as you were talking, for me it's
oh
tough
my God,
because
no, your butt
before
stinks.
that you had Caesar,
yeah,
but then you got Jack.
yep,
But then you went from Jack, and then you had Heather, and Heath Ledger just put a spin on the Joker. Like the one-liners, I don't know if that was something he came up with or what, but like sitting down, let me show you a magic trick,
yeah.
or did you ever see? Do you know? Do you want to know how I got these scars? He was just
Yeah. And they did say that he was totally in character the whole time he was on set, and a lot of that stuff was improvised.
But Joaquin, I'm
Not
a
with
big
Ledger,
taker on
yeah,
Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker.
It's hit or miss.
But Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn,
Yep.
I think they found their best Harley Quinn they found.
yeah, I agree. And you go from Harley Quinn to Barbie.
Yeah,
Go figure.
that's gonna be. I'm waiting for her to pull the knife out of the
Yeah.
back of her dress. Look what I
Sorry,
can do to you, Ken.
the voices.
Number,
I'm kidding. That's not really what they said.
number 15. Another weird one. You have Batman Mask of the Phantasm. Came out in 1993. Never
That
heard of
was
this.
animation.
That's animated too, yeah.
Okay.
Now, if you're going to talk about animation, you got to give some props to Mark Hamill's Joker.
Exactly.
Mark
For the
Hamill's
voice of the
Joker was
Joker,
great.
oh,
Yeah.
he did a lot. I mean, he did work he did the Killing Joker. He came back for that. He did all of the work for the Joker in Batman Beyond.
Mhm.
He did, I think, year one. He did quite a few of them,
Yeah.
and he did an amazing job with the Joker's voice.
And he had a good rapport with Kevin Conroy, who was the voice of Batman.
I will say one thing about Mark Hamill. I respect him, but there's one character he should never, ever, ever do again. He is not Chucky.
He's not Chucky.
He's not
Chucky.
Chucky. He did no. They did a Child's Play movie in 2021 with a
Yeah,
new Buddy doll, and he was
yeah,
the
he did
voice
a
of
voice
Chucky
of
in it.
Chucky.
I'm sorry, Mark. I love you, but no. Bring back Brad Dourif, or don't do Chucky at all. Just my
At
opinion.
least they kept Jennifer Tilly.
She wasn't even in that movie neither.
No, but she's in the current
It's-
series.
Yes,
Yeah.
and the current series is amazing. I can't wait till season 3.
Yep.
All right,
And the fact that you could stretch Chucky into 3 seasons after all the movies is an accomplishment in itself.
well, because it's the whole original cast. You have Don Mancini directing it. You have Alex Vincent coming back. Jennifer Tilly's in it. Kathleen O'Hara. Christy Isles as Kyle. I mean, you have most of the original cast on this TV show with a band of misfit kids who make it great. Just
Do you
saying.
know that Jennifer Tilly is a professional poker player?
Yes, and she's damn good at it too.
And she's married to a professional poker player.
Oh, I heard this? Who did she marry? It's not one of the big ones. I forget his name.
No, he's actually one of the top guys.
It's not Phil
like
Hemu.
No.
Who is it?
Phil Locke.
That's who it was. I couldn't think of the last name. I picture him Phil in my head. I can't think of his last name.
Yeah.
So thank you. All right. Number 14, I'll let you jump back in.
Okay.
1992, Batman Returns. This should be higher.
Yes.
Yeah.
This should be in the top 10.
Because now you're talking, Penguin and Catwoman,
Yes.
Yeah. Michelle Pfeiffer, DeVito, and Keaton.
and Pee Wee Herman,
And you guys are forgetting someone
Yeah,
important,
Pee Wee
Christopher
Herman was in
Walken.
the movie, wasn't he?
and Christopher Walken. Yeah, absolutely.
That's right.
Max Shrek.
More cowbell.
Yeah,
This should be in the top 10. I have no idea why this is number 14.
I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell.
But it scored at 81%. It should definitely be higher than that, too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I think
agree.
so.
Babe, look at the golf.
So I'm highly disappointed.
But
I'm
the
not
other
gonna-
one was also very low on the list too.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a discrimination against Tim Burton.
damn Rotten
You know
Tomatoes.
how long ago was this list actually made, though? Is this
Well, yeah. Well, I
more-
mean, my list has Guardians 3 on it, so it's pretty current.
because with the list, I mean, you think depending on who put the list together, if it's the newer era, the newer age, of course, they're going to look at like Christian Bale and they're going to look at Ben Affleck as the Bat. You know, they really
Yeah.
don't know Keaton as the Bat. As I said, the first time I ever heard of Michael Keaton going to play the Bat, the very first thing I thought was, oh, so Mr. Mom in a Batman suit, or picturing him in Gung Ho,
Yeah.
as you said, swing shift.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I had my reservations until I actually saw it. And I was there on opening day and I saw
Yep.
it, and I was the first one to say I was dead wrong.
Jesus. Now I know what bacon does.
Yeah, I was actually surprised. I think that was a really just really kind of set the role.
Agreed. Okay, number 14 on this list, on the Marvel list, Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Haven't seen it. No, did I see that? That's the second one, right? Yes.
Yeah.
That's the second one, yeah.
I did see that one. That wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't that bad. I mean, it again, it just furthered that story, just kind of advancing it so that they could use the characters in the Avengers, I think.
Yeah.
So, plus the fact it gives them an excuse to do a shit ton of CGI. And I think that's just what a lot of people go to a Marvel movie for, is some of the effects and stuff.
That is true. I will agree with that.
Yeah. So,
Right.
all right. Number 13, Doctor Strange. 89%.
I don't know if I saw the first
We
one.
did.
Did we see the first?
Yeah, we weren't a fan of it.
The
The
first
second
one is when he first gets recruited, when he's a surgeon and he's in the car accident,
No, we
And
didn't
then-
see the first one.
and then the Sorcerer Supreme recruits him.
Yeah, I don't remember watching the first one.
Yeah, I mean, it had a lot to do with his training and like the origins of the character. It was very much a what I was talking about earlier, something that they had to do to make sure that you were familiar enough with the character because of how important they were going to be to the future movies. So, I mean, the future movies, a lot of them hinged on Doctor Strange. I mean, other than Tony Stark, yeah, Doctor Strange is one of the key elements.
Yeah.
Good to know. All right.
So-
Number 12, I think you're up to.
Yep. Number 12, Captain America, the Winter Soldier, 2016, 90% Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
I like the character that Sebastian Stan. That's hard to say. I sound like Sylvester the Cat I'm like,
Yeah.
fucking yeah. But yeah, Sebastian Stan as Bucky Barnes. Um, I like the character. I think that this was almost like a buddy movie in a Marvel movie,
Yeah.
you know, and it very much, you know, kind of gave the backstory of those two together, but then it also had some great action sequences in it, and I just enjoyed it. I think it would be a little higher, but I mean it's right outside the top 10, so I guess that's not too bad.
No, not at all. I
No.
mean, closer than some of my movies.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do one more, number 11, and then I'll be down to the top 10.
Okay.
Number 11, Captain America's Civil War. I like this. I think Civil War was a great Marvel movie.
Yeah, I like it because now you got the good guys versus the good guys, and you had a lot of the characters come in, and now they had to interact with each other finally. Granted, you already had Stark and Cap banging heads against each other in the first place, but
Right.
now it's okay. Guess what? You got this one and this one. You brought in the young kid for Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Garfield?
No, it wasn't Garfield.
No, Tom Holland.
Tom
Oh.
Holland. And to him, it was like, whoa, holy Toledo, you're Ant-Man. Smack. It was good because, like I said, you actually had good guys against good guys. And now it was, let's see where this is going to push. Who's going to be, who's going to come out on top.
Who is going to be on whose side?
Yeah.
That was a lot to do with it too, because then it kind of made some of those interpersonal relationships make more sense.
Yeah.
When they sided up like that.
Very true.
All right, Johnny, all you.
All right, so you're at number 10 now, right?
I'm down to the top 10. Yep.
Okay, so I'm at 13. I'll look up to 11 numbers. Go back and forth if you want.
Okay, sounds good.
Number 13, Road to Predation. Never heard of this one. Tom Hanks, Paul Newman, Jude Law.
Animated.
Is it?
Perdition. It's Perdition.
Oh, okay.
I haven't seen that one.
I've never even heard of it.
Yeah, there's not a lot to say about it. I mean,
Okay. Number 12, 1980, Superman 2. And that came in at 83%. Christopher Reeve,
okay.
Margaret Kidder, Gene Hackman, and Ned Beatty.
Yes.
Yep.
Now that's the one with General Zod, and that, in my opinion, was the best Christopher Reeve Superman movie.
Yeah, because I think that one you actually got to learn the most about the character.
You learned more about Krypton than it,
Yeah.
and all that. Plus, you threw Ned Beatty and Valerie Prine and Gene Hackman in there for good measure.
Yeah.
And Terrence Stamp as General Zod was really a great character.
Which I actually liked him better than the new Zod they just did.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He was definitely the best Zod.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right. And then number 11, 2005, at 84%, Batman Begins.
Okay.
Christian Bale, Michael Caine, Liam Neeson, and Katie Holmes. And Colin Murphy as Scarecrow.
Yeah. Colin Murphy was haunting as Scarecrow.
Yeah. See, now, I like Christian Bale as the Bat. Not so much as Bruce Wayne, but I liked him in the bat suit because he just was
Yeah.
straight. He was gruff, and he was the vigilante Batman
Yeah.
that you've been looking for. He wasn't, he is the darkness, he is the night, he is the vigilant. And that's what I looked at as with Colin Farrell's Batman.
And he did the raspy voice better than anybody else.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, when I judge the Batman, see, different people have different criteria how they pick their favorite Batman. So I mean, some will pick it by who's the best Batman in the bat suit. Some will pick it by who's the best Bruce Wayne. And I kind of go a little bit both ways because I think if you just talk about in the suit, I would say that Bale might be the top one. Okay.
Because plus at that point, it's come a longer way.
Yeah.
They refine the suit every time they've done it. They've added a little here, taken a little away there. I mean, probably the worst thing they ever did on any of the bat suits was to show the Batman butt.
And the bat package.
Yeah, and the bat package. Yeah, you see my butt all the time.
3 guys talking about Batman suit and seeing butts.
Yeah.
Well, Batman had a wedgie in the one movie. That suit of armor just went up his cheeks.
And they showed it too, specifically. When he's zipping up the suit. In that one scene where he's zipping up the suit and then they show the butt, and it was just like, oh, okay. Batman's been sweating to the oldies.
Yeah. But now I would like to have seen the Christian Bale Batman's a little bit higher on the list.
Yeah.
We're not done yet.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not bad. It's very close in the top 10.
Yep. Okay. Here we go. Top 10. Number 10. Spider-Man Far From Home. This is the one with Mysterio.
Okay. I think there was a lot in that movie to take in. I mean, it wasn't bad, wasn't horrible, but there was a lot that if you didn't pay attention when the next movie came out, you were lost.
Okay. I agree with you that they did throw a lot in there. Definitely. Now the Jake Gyllenhaal Mysterio was a really good character. There was some great effects in it. Some of the CGI effects from the drones and stuff. I mean, some of that stuff was freaky. So I really did enjoy that part.
Fair enough.
As far as like comic relief, JB Smooth in there just killing it every time as one of the teachers, just hilarious.
There's only one problem I have with the new Spider-Man, and that's Far From Home and the new one they just did.
Homecoming?
Is that Homecoming? I have a problem with the one kid in the movie.
Ned.
Yeah. The reason I have a problem with Ned is because in the comics, Ned became the Hobgoblin.
Yep.
So at what point are they going to switch him over to be the Hobgoblin?
But they teased it just because of all the fans rustling around about it. They actually teased it in the most recent one. The one that was No Way Home, I guess was the newest one.
Yeah.
The one with Toby and Garfield in it.
Right.
And they actually had a scene where Ned pretty much says, "Don't worry, Peter, I'm not going to turn into a supervillain and kill you."
Yeah.
just to freak everybody out because everybody was like, "Oh, Ned's a hobgoblin. Ned's a hobgoblin." That's why he lost all that weight because he's going to be the hobgoblin.
Yeah, that's I'm waiting for that.
And it could still happen. I mean, it's out there.
Well, guess you wait and see.
But it was funny that they teased it just to kind of tip a hat to the loyal fans.
Fair enough. So the number 10 on the DC list is The Batman 2022 with Robert Pattinson,
Ugh.
coming in at 85% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Ugh.
I wish I had a bucket I could vomit in right now.
I can make it happen for you, sir. Just give me a
Oh
second.
my God, I hated this.
I tried watching it and I couldn't get into it.
Robert Pattinson
Mm-mm.
should not have been allowed to put on the suit. Period.
And he didn't even make a good Bruce Wayne. I mean, he looked constantly like a derelict.
Yep.
Like a street bum, the character just looked dirty and filthy, and I just expected him to sparkle.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. I said just what I needed, a sparkly Batman.
Yeah, even when they announced it, I was like, no, not doing it.
Absolutely.
And they're running it at nauseating rate right now on HBO, and
God.
I will turn it off. I can't.
Nope. I agree 1,000%.
Oh, I had this. What do I do with it?
Robert Pattinson, who played, he was Edward, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Edward in Twilight was Batman.
I think they could have done so much better for that movie.
Absolutely. I could name a half a dozen guys right off the top of my head other than him. Okay, so did you do your 10?
Yeah,
Johnny?
it was Batman. Yep.
Okay, so 9 on the Marvel list is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
I didn't get a chance to see that one either.
2021. I did not watch it. I wish I had a bucket I could vomit in.
I was trying to pull up sound effects for you, but
there's your next TikTok's reel.
Yeah, pretty much.
Rev and I looking for a place to vomit.
I can make it happen. Let me know.
I think that movie should have been at the bottom of the list.
Absolutely.
Like at number 100.
Yep.
Fair enough. All right.
Tony just did the DC. Guess what made it in the top 10 so far?
Cool.
The Batman with Robert Pattinson. That's Jennifer said, ew.
Heard that loud and clear.
Yep.
Me and Ron were looking for a place to throw up.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a bag right there.
All right. So you did your number 9, or did?
Yep.
My number 9 is A History of Violence, 2005.
I have no knowledge of that whatsoever.
Me neither. It got 87%.
Wow. Okay. I've never heard of it.
I've seen it in passing, but I never stopped to watch it because I just don't know what it is. And I'm like, no.
History of Violence raises compelling and thoughtful questions about the nature of violence while representing a return to form for director David Cronenberg in one of the most uncharacteristic pieces. That's all it says.
And that's DC?
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know.
David Cronenberg, probably one of David Cronenberg's most twisted movies was a movie called Videodrome with James Woods and Debbie Harry from Blondie. And that was disturbing.
Yeah, that was a pretty good movie.
Yeah. I mean, when people were putting VCR tapes in gaping holes in people's stomachs. to control them. Yeah, that was tough.
True.
Yeah.
All right, number 8 for Marvel.
Number 8 would be The Avengers to 2012, 91%.
Wow, that is low.
Uh, Basically the introduction to the Avengers when Loki, um, acting on the behalf of Thanos, uh, brings an army of aliens to Earth.
Wow. Amber had that as her number 1, and it's number 8.
Number 8 on this list.
Wow. All right, well, number 8 on the DC list, we have The Dark Knight Rises
Come on.
Okay.
at 87%.
I mean, granted, I'm glad that's up higher than,
Batman Begins.
yeah.
Brad. Come on. Brad, let's go potty.
So this is the last one of the Dark Knight series. So, I
Mhm.
mean, you had Christian Bale, Anne Hathaway, Tom Hardy, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Michael Caine. You had a good supporting cast behind Christian Bale in all 3 of these movies, I feel.
Come on,
Again, Bale was a good Batman, but that movie was great because Anne Hathaway was in a tight, skimpy outfit.
Yeah, it didn't hurt. But Bane was the character. Bane was
Yeah.
just totally different than what Bane actually is.
Yeah,
I mean-
'cause normally he's just kind of grunny and
Look, you already
Yeah,
yeah. I
told Luna.
Luna, come here. I like Tom Hardy as Bane.
yeah. I mean, he did a great job with it. He was
Job with it.
menacing in that mask.
And
And
he bulked up a lot for that role.
yeah, yep. No, I liked the way that he played it. I just didn't like the fact that they totally changed his backstory.
Yeah, that was kind of like a loop there.
Yeah. All right. Number 7 on the Marvel list. Guardians of the Galaxy 2014, the original. I liked it.
Yeah.
It was our first introduction to those characters. I think they did a great job, establishing the identity of the characters.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was a good movie. James Gunn did a great job with the series, and I'm glad that he got back involved with it at some point.
I remember seeing the first Guardians of the Galaxy at the drive-through movie theater down in Delsey.
Yep.
One of those double feature late night showings.
That's a great place, by the way.
Has changed a lot over the years, but yes, it is a very good place to go watch 2 movies for the price of 1.
And you get 2 first run movies for less than $12.
Yeah, very true.
But that place is the last active drive-in in New Jersey.
Yep.
Which was the home of the very first drive-in in Camden. Very first one in history was in Camden, New Jersey.
Wow.
Yep.
And then you had one in Palmyra.
Right. Well, there used to be one on the Black Horse Pike, and there was one on the White Horse Pike. You had the Parkway down there in West Deptford. You had the Starlight up in Gloucester City. And all that eventually got ate up for commercial property, other than the Vineland one, which is lived on. There was one in Atco also. There's a drive-in in Atco as well.
Yep.
Well, you actually had 2 in you had the one in Pennsauken where you got that Christian Living Center now in 73.
Yep.
And then you also have the one down in, which used to be Tacony Palmyra Flea Market.
Right. Tacony had one too, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, Dulce Drive is sort of 2 movies for 1 price. Yes, Amber, you are correct.
Absolutely.
All right, number 7 on the DC list, we have the Lego Batman movie
Awesome.
Yeah,
at
that
90%.
that was funny.
Will Arnett as
Yep.
Batman,
Yep.
and
He's a riot.
yeah, that Lego Batman was classic. It was great.
Definitely. All right. Number 6
Uh,
for Marvel.
Number 6 for Marvel, Spider-Man: Homecoming.
I mean, yeah, I could see that definitely evolve Spider-Man's character. Plus, you get to see Michael Keaton's character in it.
Right.
Um, yeah, so I have no complaints with that movie. All in all, a pretty good, solid movie.
No,
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, I don't have too many complaints with the Tom Hollands. Um, I think they've done a good job of not overloading it with uh, a ton of super villains. I mean, they kept it basic, and I think for that reason it's been successful because they don't try and do too much and jam too much into 2 hours.
True. What did it get score wise?
I got a 92.
Wow.
what's
Okay.
up, Hellhound?
All right, number 6 on DC. You have the 2021 Suicide Squad, and that got a 90%.
Yep.
Was that the first one?
Yes.
That one was good.
Yeah, that was the Will Smith as Deadshot.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
You gonna say Uncle Johnny, Uncle Ron?
Yep. Hey, Luna.
Hellhound. No, that's the
Oh, that's a
Hellhound.
Hellhound. Okay,
That's the Hellhound.
that's the Hellhound.
That's our second mascot.
Yes.
Yes.
Tail wagging left and right. All right, number 5 for you, Ron, is
Number 5 would be Thor Ragnarok. Oh no, wait, that's 4. 5 is Spider-Man: No Way Home, which is the newest one. That's the one where we bring Toby and
No, you
And
can't
Garfield
go that way.
back.
You're gonna fall.
I haven't seen that one yet. I don't think.
You stink. You stink like a puppy. Ugh.
definitely worth a watch, Johnny.
First Beast tomorrow.
I've heard it was good. So
Try to get a
Ye-
bath.
You're getting basically Spider-Man with his, taste of the multiverse.
nice.
Doctor Strange plays a big part in it.
There you go. Spider-Man, I think, might be number 1. Amber's getting excited. We're getting towards the end.
Yep.
So since you gave number 4 as Story of Erotic, I would do 5 and 4 together on my
Okay.
list.
So let me finish with Ragnarok then.
Go ahead.
Kate Blanchett as what's her name? Helena? Is it Helena?
Sounds familiar? I can look.
I think.
So, yeah, I'll put it up. Roderick, yep. Give me 1 second. Kate Blanchett.
Yeah, Kate Blanchett was the actress, but
Helena,
I'm trying to
yes.
remember of her character's name. I think it was Helena.
You're correct.
Okay. So yeah, it was pretty good. Just overall, yeah, Thor loses an eye in the battle with his sister.
Oh boy.
And so that was the source of his loss of sight temporarily in one eye. Hey, Prince.
That Prince coming in fresh from work and he's dropping a share bomb. Gotta love it.
Nice.
Thank you, Prince.
So yeah, Ragnarok was probably the better of the Thor movies. I think.
No. That's no.
93%. That's pretty hard to.
Yeah.
pretty high, and to think that's number 4 on your list.
Yep.
At no
That's,
bite.
that's pretty crazy. So
No
number
bite.
5 on my list, we have 2019 Shazam coming in at 90%.
Wow.
With Zachary Levi, Mark Strong, Asher Andrew, and Jack Dylan Grazer.
Mm.
Never really. I don't think I ever got into that one.
No, I just wasn't for me. Just for some reason.
I just recorded the new one. I haven't watched it yet.
We love you too, Prince. Thanks for the support, man.
So that was 90% at number 5. Number 4 on my list at 91%. 2018 animated movie Teen Titans Go to the Movies.
Yeah, Teen Titans are. I'm a fan.
And it has Greg Gibbs, Scott Manville, Terry Payton, and Terry Strong.
Yep.
And like I said, that has 91%.
There's a lot of animateds on the DC list.
Yeah, well, a lot of them are animated movies the older they get, so.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. Okay, number 3 on the Marvel list at 94%. Iron Man, the original.
Definitely a good one for sure. You get introduced to Tony Stark, all them, so.
Jeff Bridges was a good villain in this.
Oh, Jeff Bridges is good in any movie he does.
Yeah, dude.
Jeff Bridges is one of my favorite actors, very underrated actor too.
Yeah, he's done so much in such varied roles too.
Oh, absolutely.
But Lebowski is one of my favorites.
Lebowski's good. I also loved him in the movie Blown Away.
With Tommy Lee Jones.
Yes.
With the IRA bomber.
Yes.
Yes, that was a great movie.
That was a really good movie. I agree.
Oh, you think you can catch me, lad?
All right. Go ahead.
Number 3 on the DC list, coming in at 93%. We have 2017 Wonder Woman.
Okay. I can see that. The first one.
Yes, Gail Goddard, Chris Pine, Connie Nielsen, and Robin Wright.
Again, I watched it because she was in a very skimpy outfit.
Yeah.
Good
hey, I'm going to be watching a movie full of Amazons. Yeah, I'm in.
Yep. Girls.
Fair enough.
All right. Number 2 on Marvel. Avengers Endgame.
Wow, that's number 2.
At 94%.
Wow.
Not much you could say about this one other than wow.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
I mean, it just, from top to bottom, from the first minute to the last minute, was just a quality film.
Oh, absolutely, hands down. Can't go wrong with that. All right, number 2 on my list, we have 1978. That probably gives it away right there. Directed by Richard Donner.
Yep.
At 94%, we have Superman the movie. Christopher Lee, Gene Hackman. Yeah, the original Superman movie.
Yep.
1978. My goodness.
Yeah, 78.
I don't know about you.
There was a big hype around that when it came out.
A little before my time.
You're gonna be bad. You're getting down.
They hyped the crap out of that before they
I was 5.
released it. So I mean, it was okay. I get it. I'm old. I get it.
Oh yeah.
And yes, I saw it in the theaters on opening day. So,
do you care to say how old you were when that came out?
I was a junior in high school, so I would have been 16 because I graduated at 17.
I was 5. first movie I saw in movie theaters
I wasn't born yet.
was the original Star Wars. Shannon wasn't born yet. Neither was Johnny.
I'm older than her, but I'm not that old.
Born in 87.
Yeah.
Shannon was 87.
I was too.
Ron left.
Yeah. Yeah. Who's being the man child now?
Yeah, Rod's been a man child.
Man child.
Where is this little shit?
That's my job, sir. I gotta be the man child. You know what?
I'm not old. I'm experienced.
I keep telling people I'm like a fine wine. The only problem, this wine turned into vinegar a long time ago.
Okay, so you're trying to out man child me. You'll always be the king there, MC.
No, thanks. Master of Ceremonies or the king of man child?
Man child.
There you go.
MC Hammered.
All hail the king of man-child.
Hey!
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
All right. So down to number one.
Number one.
You want to go first? Or you want me to?
Go ahead, go.
Oh.
Because Rev's not going to like what's number one. So
All right. Well, number one on my list, 2008, coming in at 94%. We have The Dark Knight.
okay.
No argument whatsoever.
Nope.
Top to bottom, phenomenal movie, awesome cast, awesome action, sequences, you name it. This movie deserves to be number one.
Yeah,
I agree.
Really good.
Yep. Unfortunately, the Rev's not going to share that opinion with the number one Marvel
I
Oh,
think
no.
it's going to be the Peanut Gallery.
Oh no!
at 96%.
Holy shit!
Black Panther,
The fuck?
2018.
The fuck?
Now, excuse me, the person who wrote this list, Leroy Jones, says that Black Panther's number one.
Where the fuck is Deadpool?
Damn.
She wanted Deadpool somewhere up on the
Somewhere?
top.
Well, Deadpool hasn't appeared in a Marvel movie yet.
Yeah, he's just had his own.
Well, I guess whatever.
But
And
he is
only really-
coming though.
He had
when
Colossus.
they add the X-Men,
Yeah,
you're gonna have the X-Men, you're gonna have the Fantastic Four, you're gonna have Deadpool. So they're all coming.
which will be in probably another version of Fantastic Four, which will be what, third version?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
because you had the one with the Silver Surfer, because they did two movies,
They did too. Yeah.
and then there was another one that was kind of like a remake.
Right. Correct.
So then now this will be the third set to do that.
Yeah. Yep. And they're still kind of tight-lipped on the casting. I really am disappointed it's not going to be John Krasinski. Because when he did that turn in Doctor Strange, the multiverse, when he played Reed Richards, there was a lot of hope that was going to be the case, that it was going to be him. Because the rumor is that he was going to play Reed Richards and that his wife, Emily Bloom, was going to play Sue Storm.
There is one movie I'm waiting to see that's coming.
Okay.
And it's The Hunter. Calvin, The Hunter.
Okay.
They're making that one, which for the longest time, if you read the comics, he was always trying to catch Spider-Man.
Right.
What?
And now they're doing a full-length based movie just on him. So granted, it's going to be a lot of backstory where he came from, but that should be a great movie.
Yep. Well, unfortunately, Amber, as of today, nobody's making anything because the Screen Actors Guild has
They went on
joined the strike, the writer's strike. So all production of everything is shut down as of right now.
Damn. Well, since you're calling out Amber real quick, she had sent me this before I forget. I wanted to pop it in. She is starting a Marvel suite for Attack 2, and this is the start of it. She got Spider-Man done, which looks absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
She wanted me to share that with everybody on the show.
We need to-
Nice.
I mean, it's actually
That's-
a pretty good drawing of Spider-Man.
It
What?
is. Yeah, it definitely is.
Hey, it's right,
I like it.
So,
Yeah.
I mean,
I do like that.
That's
if you don't
cool.
like Spider-Man, piss off. So I wanted to get that into before we wrap things up. So
Yeah. Yeah, they had actually shut down the Deadpool 3 production prior because of the fact that due to some kind of
Hey,
interpretation of the rules, they said that technically if Ryan Reynolds is improvising while he's playing Deadpool, that he's technically writing, and that would be in violation of the writer's strike. So rather than have him stop improvising, they shut down the production.
throw it. I guarantee she'll go for it.
see, now that's a bad thing because now James Cameron is going to have to redo all his Avatar release dates again.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how long it lasts. I mean, I don't think that the studios expected the actors to follow through.
At least they're holding up the new Joker movie.
Yeah, so there's a bright side to every dark cloud.
I can't see the Joker as a musical.
No. Agreed.
It's always,
Lady.
it's always going to be interesting, that's for sure.
Well, they're supposedly setting this up that the Joker, Joaquin Phoenix, is going to be Robert Patterson's Joker, which.
I apologize for the crinkle noise, but right, just hang out.
Oh, we know Hellhound's probably playing. But that's where that was supposed to go. He was going to be the Batman again. And then Joaquin Phoenix was going to be brought over.
I'm going to take the cap off.
And they were going to bring that Joker in.
Yeah, I don't know. Amber, you're absolutely right. There's no telling how long this is going to last.
Yeah, but
I need the cap
Well,
off.
good thing I have 400 movies to watch. I can watch all the good movies I want.
Yeah, just get ready for a lot of reruns on TV. Get ready for reruns on talk shows. There's a lot.
And that is very true. I mean, but like I said, if you have a wide movie collection like I do, you don't get tired of watching movies because you got so many to watch.
the
Yeah.
thing is, I go out and I look at movies because, I mean, we know now I've got to replace my entire collection. But there's not even any movies out that have come out recently that are really even that good. I mean, the
Yeah.
last movie we saw in movie theaters, we saw, what did we say? We saw Avatar, Way of the Water.
Okay,
It was good, but it was long.
right.
Like, to me, it felt longer than the first one. Will you stop biting me?
I think it was almost 3 hours, wasn't it?
Yeah, and what made it difficult was it was me and Johnny, you know everybody, Damon, Britt, Shannon, AJ, Hope, Roxas, and Caleb.
Wow.
So,
Rocks was-
yeah, Rox went too. So, 2 young children, and then AJ and Hope. And at the one point, Hope's just turning around watching the back of the movie theater. I'm like, yeah, this was an expensive one because we saw it in 3D.
Ooh.
Oh,
and
yeah.
IMAX. So by the time we were done, it's, a big expensive ticket. I'm like, yeah, this one costs money.
Yep.
Yeah, for a 3-hour movie too, you got like, yeah, probably go to the bathroom at least 2 or 3 times, so you miss by an important key part.
Oh, trust me, I did not get up once to go to the bathroom because I'm like, nope. I'm like, guys, you go to the bathroom now. You drink all your soda. You better be prepared to use your cup.
There you go.
I am not.
He's not lying. When Alan sits in a movie theater, he's not getting up.
That's how they invented Mellow Yellow.
What are you doing?
That's a bad reference, sir.
They're gonna watch it.
It's too late. I'm already getting
The poor man's Mountain Dew.
Freya.
No wonder I hate that shit.
Freya.
It all makes sense now.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's the lists.
Yeah, I mean, if you didn't watch it, you gotta go back and rewatch it. You want to pop in next week and let us know if you agree or disagree? Feel free. I mean, there is countless number of shows we can do with these two Marvel DC. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And there's even just talking about comparing characters. I mean, one night you could just do a character comparison night
Really, really well.
where
There
you
you
take
go.
a character that's been played by multiple actors and who did it best.
You want me to try to set something up for next week? We could
Yeah,
do a Spider-Man versus a Batman tail
yeah,
tail to tape type thing.
absolutely. We could do that.
All right, I can put something together.
Yeah,
I mean, because
I
there's
think
multiple.
that
You got Spider-Man,
I think
Batman.
obviously there's people that are very passionate about their favorites, so it would be a great thing to bring up in the chat because everybody's got their own opinion and for different reasons on why they think one person was better than the other.
That is very true. Deadpool.
Yeah.
Oh, now I'm watching a TV show that you've probably never seen, Johnny.
Uh oh.
The Monkeys.
Oh yeah.
Heard of it? Ron's talked about it plenty of times, but no, I have not watched it.
Okay, here's a little Monkeys tidbit. I'll give you two. Okay. There were a number of Monkey songs that were written by Neil Diamond, including Daydream Believer.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, that's number one. Number two is Mike Nesmith's mom invented whiteout.
Really?
Yes. And he was rich, beyond rich, before he even did the show. And he just did it to, for the heck of it. He did not have to work.
Wow.
He is the heir to the whiteout fortune.
Wow. Yeah, Shannon asked me the one night, she's like, what the hell are you watching? I'm like, it's the Monkeys. She goes, what the hell is a monkey? I said, well, then watch.
Yeah. They were really funny. I enjoyed those.
Yeah.
Now, should I just leave this show and let you two old heads talk this out a little bit? Or?
No, we come back to that another time. I think we're covered for tonight.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for coming in tonight. This is our longest running show in the Basement Show, Friday night movie night. So we definitely appreciate the support. We had some great interaction from the chat as usual. We've got some great movie people that come spend some time with us on Mondays, especially Amber.
Friday, you mean? Today's Friday.
Or Friday. Is that what did I say?
You said Monday.
Monday? Yeah, okay.
Every day's a Monday.
I'm already on to Monday. So yeah. Thanks for coming in. We appreciate it. We appreciate the Rev dropping in and helping us out tonight. Johnny, as usual, and myself. We hit a great milestone today on the follows on Facebook. We are within reach of our goal for August 1st. I'm going to ask you guys once again to continue to spread the word, share, like, follow, especially follow on Facebook, and help us get over to our goal. We are only
23 now. We're at 427.
23 away. If everybody who's watched the stream sometime during this week gives us one more follower, then we're gonna hit our goal, and we're gonna have a drawing for a $50 Amazon gift card. So that's your homework for the week.
There you go.
All right, everybody, get us a follower. Get us one more follower on Facebook.
Yeah.
Your mom, your dad, your kid, your pet, don't matter.
Nope.
We just need 23 more.
Absolutely.
So
Well, the Freya and Luna Instagram will post it.
And the Freya and Luna Instagram will be posting for follows for you guys.
Okay, awesome.
Very nice.
Yeah, they're the mascots of the basement show.
Nice.
Hey, we love anyone and everyone who wants to join us. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Tell your friends, family, like, follow, share. Go back and watch the old shows. And remember, there's something for everybody, and these shows aren't possible without you, the viewers.
Yep.
Otherwise, it'd just be three guys talking tonight about movies with each other.
Which is okay sometimes, but we like people to interact with us as well.
Yep.
And like you said, we had plenty of it tonight. We had Amber pop in, Prince, Jack Campbell stopped in. We had my friend Liz. Matt stopped in with an awesome question. I love that question about who's the better billionaire. Who else we have? Gina popped in for a little bit. Mama D was on Twitch tonight. Amber hopped on Twitch for a little bit as well. Am I forgetting anybody? Ordinary Misfits, which don't leave just yet. They popped in and dropped a comment and a like. My Uncle Rodney stopped in on. No.
We had 2 Matts tonight.
Did we?
Yeah.
Matt. Did we? Martin, you're thinking.
Okay.
So we had Martin and Matt. And then Shannon was in chat for a little bit as well before they joined us. And I think that's it. Yep.
Okay. That's a good night. That's a great night, and we appreciate your support, guys. We'll be back on Monday with Sports Gladiator with me and Johnny. Tuesday night, we got entertainment night with Morgan and Shannon. So I'm sure they'll have something fun cooked up for this week if dog does need it.
Hey, he's currently eating my couch at the moment.
And then we got Wednesday night, which is TNT, our TV and trivia night. I'm not sure what the topic's going to be this week, but I'll be posting it up as soon as we know what we're going to be doing Wednesday. And then Thursday night, the big event Thursday night, we got open mic night. We got the Rev Grimm show, which is extremely entertaining and
extremely adult.
Very adult oriented.
It is 18 plus, so make sure the kids are in bed before 9 o'clock, so you can fully enjoy the craziness that is Thursday nights on the basement show. And we're gonna develop a little counter as people get warned. We'll just have a little rolling count in the corner of the screen. Facebook warnings. Number 1, ding.
And then I'm just going to end the show with this. I'm going to ask a favor for those who are still watching. I'm going to post a link. I don't normally do this, but they showed us love tonight, so I want to show it back. If you click on the link on the comment I just posted, it'll be on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. It is the Ordinary Misfits podcast. They're actually live right now doing the weekly show. Just go over, drop them a like, tell them the basement show sent you because they popped in here tonight, showed me love. I'm going to do it back to them. I mean, it's a big business. Like, you always have competition, but these people are friends. You got Breezy, my buddy Cole, and D2 over there. They talk about life, sports. They just started, so go over and show them some support and let them know I sent you. I mean, it would mean a lot to them, and it would mean a lot to me. Even if you just pop in and say, basement show read, that's all you got to say. But other than that, we'll be back, like Ron said, on Monday night, and we thank everyone for a fun, awesome week here in the basement show, and we'll catch you next time. Have a good night.
Have a good night, guys.
Later.